All right. Let's start out today on hands and knees. If you need cushion underneath of your knees or anything like that, get yourself set up. Spread your fingers and press down through the webbing between each of your fingers, and then feel like you're kind of plugging down into your shins, wherever you can get a good surface contact. And feel that as you're pressing down into your palms, into your knees, you're going to feel your center engage. You may float just a little bit up off of the ground. The spine will get a little bit floatier. And then when you're ready, take an exhale and flex your spine. Look towards your belly button. Cat stretch. Keep plugging down through your hands and your shins, and you're going to go the other way, extending through your spine. And we'll just move through cat-cow in your own timing a few more. And I really want you to keep that sense of support and connection through your middle. For me, that's really happening because I'm engaging through my limbs, through the extremities. And it changes the movement through the spine. It feels less passive and more active. If that's too much to think about right now, you don't have to. You can just start moving, starting to articulate and clean up your spine. Nice. If there's a breath pattern that you like to link in with it, go ahead and enjoy that. Otherwise, you can just be easy with your breath or intuitive, whatever feels nice here. Good, and then when you're ready, let's actually come down onto our forearms, and you can have your forearms about parallel, or you might bring your hands closer than your elbows. Sense what feels best for your shoulders here. And pull your elbows towards your knees, so that's sending your shoulders forward. As you keep pulling your elbows towards your knees, begin to sit back towards your heels. And do that by motoring through your center. Your belly button draws back towards your spine and sends your pelvis back. And then you're going to pull forward again, plugging down through those forearms, spread across the back of your heart. And as you continue to swipe your elbows towards your knees, you're sitting back towards your heels. That's it. And we're just going to oscillate here, forward and back. And if you've done a lot of these pumps, you can add your special touch. You might like to angle to one way or the other, especially if one shoulder is feeling like it needs more attention. Also notice how your neck is feeling and the front of your face and throat as you're pulling back and forth here. Maybe we can widen that shoulder girdle and make a little bit more room to send the ears laterally. Last one. Great, and then you just can come all the way down onto your stomach on the mat. Yeah. So we just broadened across our back, we cleaned up that connective tissue, and I'd like you to take your hands just underneath of your shoulders, palm the ground, like you're trying to swipe your hands towards your rib cage, so kind of on an angle back and inward. And use that swipe to lift your head and chest up, so you're coming into a little low cobra. I noticed I just immediately dumped into my lower back. Maybe you did the same thing. So as you stay in this low cobra, I want you to tip your pubic bone towards the mat. Your lower back gets a little longer. Your upper back muscles can kick in some more. Keep that nice swipe of your palms going back and down, and curl your chin to your chest as you lower your head back down. Let your forehead kiss the mat. We're opening up the back of your neck and right along your spine, and then go ahead and lift your head and chest again. Maybe your triceps are getting some action as well. Pause at the top, tuck your pubic bone down towards the mat. Your lower back lengthens, your upper back is engaged. And as you continue to swipe your hands towards your rib cage, curl your chin to your chest and lower back down. Take a couple more of these in your own timing, in your own range. I'm going to take a closer look and make sure we're all tracking together. Nice. Hi, Daisy. I'm saying hi to the Marianne's dog always makes a cameo and likes to be right on the mat for the whole class. Aw, wish I could rub your belly, Daisy. Thank you, Marianne. Looking good. Is anybody else's back of the arms getting like really hot already? Sweet. Okay, good. Just making sure I wasn't the only one. I took a calculated break to save my triceps. Good. So on the next one, I'd like you to come up and pause. Just feel that lifted position. Lower about halfway down. So we're still engaged. We're moving into the resistance. And as you continue to swipe those hands back, I want you to turn your chin to the right or look to your right, gently mobilizing your neck, your shoulders, top part of that tissue, come back to center, and then over to the other side. And you're right in the middle. We're just doing a nice slow swipe from side to side with your chin. You can choose the range and the pace. You could even play with your angles a little bit more, so it may not be just a perfect turn, but you might kind of arc your chin one way or another to get a stretch of floss into your neck and behind your ear. Good, and when you feel about even, maybe one more to each side. We'll come back to center and lower down, just resting. You can rock your hips from side to side. And we'll just roll right onto our back from there. Welcome to your back on the floor. All right, knees are bent. Bring your heels about sitting bone distance apart. Imagine your feet are on downhill skis. You want to make sure those skis aren't crossed. They're pointing straight ahead. Take your arms long at your sides. Your palms are facing down. As you palm down through the webbing between your index finger and thumb, I want you to roll your collarbones a little bit wider. So we're keeping those arms alive and active. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, tuck your pubic bone towards your nose or towards the ceiling and begin to peel your spine away from the floor. We'll lift the hips up. Keep plugging down through your feet and your palms. Your pubic bone is the high point. We inhale at the top. And as you exhale, walk your spine back down one vertebra at a time. Keep your hands heavy. Your wrist bones heavy. Beautiful. Go for your pelvic curl again. Lifting your pubic bone, allowing the rest of your spine to follow. So those hips will come off the ground. The spine peels up. Very nice. Yes. Ooh, that looks so pretty. I'm just going to get my eyes on each one of you so you can continue a few more times. Just letting you settle into your body, center. Good. So Kieran, at the top, soften just a little bit more in your ribs. And then tip your pubic bone higher. So I want to see your belly button drop towards the floor more, taking the back bend out. Yeah, more length. There you go. Yeah, it's a little lower than like a yoga bridge. Nice. Rose, your lower back looks good today. Looks like it's opening up. Yes, Kieran. All right, on the next one, I would like you to lift your hips and pause. So you're going to stay in that lifted position, no rush to get there. Great, let's find that energy between the inner thighs, just pulling like little magnets, encouraging those knees narrower. Beautiful, nice. Wow, everybody is like picture perfect here. Without losing the stability in the hips, can you float your right leg to tabletop? Good. Let's just pause there. Notice what's working for you. Notice what kicks in. Re-tilt your pelvis if you can. That may mean you have to drop your ribs a little lower. Good. And then let's put that foot down and try the other side. Floating your leg up. Keep the stability if you can. Nice, Shelly. That's looking good. Nice, Stan. Nice, everybody. Place your foot down when you're ready and then roll your spine on down. That looked excellent. So we're going to try adding a little bit more for the posterior chain. I want you to keep your heels planted, but I want you to flex your feet. So your toes are lifted, but your heels are plugged down. Yeah, dorsiflexion. Good stuff. And you're going to lift your hips on up again. Think pelvic curl style. Pause in your lifted position. Lift your right leg to tabletop, keeping those hips nice and easy. And you're going to roll your spine down, keeping that right leg at tabletop, keeping the feet flexed so your toes aren't touching. You're going to roll back up again, lifting your hips. Pause at the top. Now, if that felt all right on all your pieces, you can drift your right knee closer towards your chest. And then you're rolling down again. That's going to intensify the hip flexor stretch. I'm having you flex your ankles, one, to make the point of contact smaller, but also to take out part of the calf action. Go ahead and lift your hips back up again if you haven't yet. Place your right heel back down. Reorganize your pelvis, finding that even spot. And then let's try the other side. So feet are still flexed. We start at tabletop with that left leg, and we roll your spine down. Trying to keep those hips as even as possible, coming all the way down. Good, rolling your way back up again when you're ready. If that felt all right, you might try floating your left knee closer into your chest, intensify that hip flexor stretch, and roll your spine back down. Don't forget, we're gonna go back up one more time, all the way back up. It's a little more booty too, I think. Place your foot, your heel back down. Roll your feet flat down onto the mat. Welcome back to the ground toes. And then roll your spine all the way back down. If you have a ring or a prop, you can grab it and you're going to hold it between your hands. Nice, Paula. That was an advanced move. She didn't get off her mat. She got to use her feet to grab her ring. I loved it. Okay, so you're holding your prop between your hands. We are not gripping the prop. We're just giving it a little gentle smush to keep it in place. And use that smush to remind your rib cage to soften back towards the mat. And your lower belly is sort of collecting in towards the center. And as you smush, I want you to lift your right leg and your left leg up to tabletop. Now, hopefully you're holding your legs from your abdominals. Many other things too, but let's focus on the abs. So you're holding onto your prop. Look at your prop with your eyes and twist your knees to the right. As you're twisting in your spine twist, don't let your prop move. Keep it right where it is and come back to center. Nice, and then we'll go to the other side. Watch your prop, don't let it move. So your range is dictated by your stability here. Back to center. Good, and again, over to your right. Shoulders are drawing back. Beautiful, and back to center. And to your left. And back to center. Woo! One more to each side. Nice, you feel that point of no return threatening to tip you over? Beautiful. When you finish, come back to center and pause. Stick the backs of your ribs towards the mat a little bit more. Now, we're a little coordination. I want you to lower your right toe to tap the mat as your arms go back behind you. And then your arms come back to the ceiling as your right knee comes back to tabletop. And we'll switch sides. So the left foot taps down as your arms reach overhead. And back to center. Good. Keep going, alternating sides. I don't care how far your arm or your leg go. I want you to really feel the stability through your center. So your first tell is going to be your ribs. If your ribs are peeling away from the floor, maybe you're doing a little workaround. Another tell might be your lower back. If your lower back is talking, double down on your stability and or make your range a little smaller. Looking good, everybody. If you want, you can go double legs. So next time your arms reach, both legs tap. Can you hear the quiver in my voice as I'm talking and doing it? Yes, remember those legs are tapping down. Your thighs are reaching away from your chest. Yes. 2. And last one. Perfecto. Put that ring between your ankles. Nice, or whatever prop you have. Good. So my legs are straight up, but if the straightness isn't possible yet, you can keep a nice bend in your knees. Whatever is comfy for your back and all the pieces. Okay, I want you to look at your prop. And you're going to turn it like a steering wheel. So we're going to rotate the wheel to the right. Your hips are staying down. You're just moving those leg bones. Crank that wheel. Good. And come back to center. And then you're going to crank it to the left. And back to center. I've also seen this done with a half foam roller. I've not tried it myself. That sounds really hard. So maybe I'll try it after this. Good. And crank. Beautiful. Now we're going to try a little corkscrew. So you're going to crank it over to your right. You're going to let those legs go down. You turn the wheel at the bottom to the left and take it up the left side and center. Then you're going to crank it the other way. So you'll go to the left, circle down around, turning the wheel at the bottom and up through center. You got it. Let's go one more to each side. To your right, down around, and center. I'm going to lose my ring. And to the left, down around, and back to center. If you have the ring, you can just take it and put your right foot into the handle. Or if you don't have a ring, you can hold on to the back of your leg here. So we're taking a hamstring floss moment. The ball of your foot presses into that ring or strap. If you're holding your leg, you're pushing your hamstring a little bit away from you. Good. And let's floss it. So gently drawing your leg towards your chest as your leg resists. And then your leg gets to win and kick a little bit away. Beautiful. Let's take about 10 pulses on our own. Most of you are like pros here now. So as you're doing this movement, I want you to hunt for the angles that are satisfying. Everybody in the Zoom room right now is very intuitive about what they need. So I give you lots of permission to just tweak this one, go somewhere with it. We've got about 5 more reps here. Oh, nice. Creative. Great. All right, let's go ahead and just switch sides. So you can take your other leg into your stretch supporter, your flossing device. Engage the muscle the hamstring is pushing away from your chest, and then your arms or your prop is helping you to floss it in. And we're just pulsing that. Good. Roughly 10 times, but everybody's got a different pace, different preference. Don't worry about it. Nice. Let's take 1 or 2 more pulses. Good. You can set that ring aside, hug your knees towards your chest, curl your head up to meet your knees, and take a rock forward and back. Rolling like a ball-ish. We rolled like a ball a lot last week. It was pretty fun. Let's revisit some of those greatest rolling like a balls. Come up to the top and hold it here. Balance on your tail. You can choose, oh, I haven't given this prep in a while. Wrap your arms around your knees, if that's okay, on your hips, on your body, okay? Now, try to keep your knees as tight to your chest as they are right now, and just switch your palms so they are lightly resting at your shins. Did you feel that little grab on your abs? That's what we want to hold on to here. Hold on and roll it back, just to the shoulder girdle, and balance on your tail. Good, and roll back, and balance. I'm watching, I love to watch rolling like a ball. Go for it. Roll back, and balance, nice. Oh, you all are so cute. Marianne's got her red leggings on. She's ready for the holidays. You look like a Christmas ornament, a beautiful Christmas ornament. Oh. All righty. Come up to the top for me. I have something to say about your adorable rolling like a balls, your Christmas balls. So here's one little thing I'm seeing. I see you get into this beautiful ball. Okay, you're like picture perfect Pilates ball. And then when it's time to roll back, you do this. I exaggerated it a little bit, but did you see what I did? I sort of schlumped. If you're having to schlump, how do we think about it? Maybe think about more of a curve from the beginning. And when you're rolling back, it doesn't come from bringing your upper body back. Imagine somebody pulled your yoga mat out from underneath of you that way. So you go, woo! Try it. See what happens. Yes. That's it. Good. One more time. Yes. Did that feel different for anybody? I'm just curious, or was it just me having a mental moment? Cool, Kieran, I saw it in you, that momentum. Yeah, Shelly, I saw it in you too. That's awesome. And Marianne has to avoid the roadblocks on her mat. The dog decides to go right behind her for rolling like a ball. All right, if you have your ring again, grab it. My feet are just off the edges of my mat today. For those of you with no ring, no prop is really needed here if you don't want. It might be nice to have something to push into. You could decide. I'm going to tilt the base of the ring a little bit away from me so the top is facing towards me and we're sitting up nice and tall here. Yeah, beautiful. This is for our spine stretch forward. As you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Actually, let that chin lock down. And then peel your spine away from an imaginary wall. You're rocking forward until your hands have made that ring vertical. Your sitting bones are anchoring down. Your navel is scooping back. We've got a nice big spinal stretch here. If you've got your hands on a ring, give it a little press down or whatever prop you have. You could even palm into it a little more. Feel your back widen. And then from that navel, I want you to draw back and stack your spine up nice and tall. Your shoulders plug back, they're connected to your back. As you're ready, exhale and peel forward again. Your belly button draws back, your sitting bones stay rooted. Press down into your prop, feeling your back widen, and roll your way up again. Good, 2 more times, rolling forward, we're peeling that spine away. Good, drop your head, let the back of your neck, thank you. And rolling on up. And one more time, peeling forward. And sitting up nice and tall. Good. I'm going to face you. You can stay where you are. I want you to hold on to your handles or your ring, your prop in your hands. A basketball will do. All these great props will do yak here, and that will do too. I want you to stay tall. If this is uncomfortable for your hips, you can change your position for this one. I'm gonna stay in a wide leg. I don't know why. So the arms are up, your elbows are straight. If your arms can't come all the way above your head like a halo, don't worry. Take your arms a little bit more forward so that you're not forcing things. Yeah, let's actually just start with that movement for our shoulders. So take your arms forward again. Good. Very lightly draw your shoulder heads back. So it's like you're connecting your shoulders to your back a little more. Yes, that's it. I just saw some tricep muscles kick in. That was fun. And then you're taking your arms up. We did this in the shoulder workshop moment. So as the arm is coming up, the scapula gets to shovel forward, your back gets wider. That should feel a little more easeful. And then your arms will come forward again. Good, so let's just do that a couple more times. Gliding your arms up, we're mobilizing the shoulders, finding shoulder flexion. Yeah, really allowing the back to move, the shoulder blades to move along the backs of your ribs. Great, keep going. I want to get my eyes on y'all. Yeah, it's a whole body movement. Paula, pull those ribs back a little more. Take the extension out of your lumbar a little bit. Yeah. Now, as your arms go up, counterweight it with your ribs just a tad. That's it. Yep, right here. Fight for that moment. Thank you. She collected herself. Good. Nice. Great. Now that we're prepped and ready and maybe a little bit tired, let's take those arms overhead or to whatever angle. Okay, you're going to do that spiral that we did with our legs. So I'm twisting which way? I'm going to twist to my right and let the ring allow for even more spiral movement. And then come back to center. It's very sequential. I'm going to go to the left and then let the arms actually continue just a little more. You're going to feel that nice lat pull. And back to center. To the right. Let those arms continue. I promise I'll make it up to you. And back to center. Good. Straighten those elbows and left. And back to center, and let's rest that. Did anybody else get a forearm stretch anytime? That was weird. Wow, that was some deep work, my friends. Let's roll it out. Actually, before we roll like a ball, or before we do the roll up, let's warm up our abs a little bit more. Scooch a little forward so you have room to come back. Balance on your tail. Fun transitions. Keeping your legs at tabletop, can you roll your spine down just into a chest lift position? I like going from above here. Yeah, very nice. So most of the back is down. We've just found that little fold under our ribs. That's it. We're in a nice chest lift. Double leg stretches up. Reach your hands just above your knees. As you inhale, reach your arms and legs away. Exhale, circle those arms back to center. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. As you reach, navel draws down to the mat, pulling that belly in and up towards your ribs. 2. Last one. Pause, curl your chest a little higher just in case you lost some height. Hold your right knee, extending your left leg long. Single leg stretch. Switching sides. Good, and switch. I'm looking at my feet, and when I look down the trajectory, I look at my feet, they line up like a bow and arrow. I'm watching. Find that precision in your movement just for giggles, because why not precision? Gonna make you work in the places you're a little sleepy probably. Lining up those feet. One more time to each side. Good, hold your right knee, keep your left leg extended. Take your hands to the outside of your right thigh and give me a nice little twist around. Your chest is still lifted. Ooh la la, it's been a long time. Take your hands behind your head. Hold it here, make that straight leg a little longer. Good, come around to the other side. Start out with an arm booster. Hold on to the leg, give it a little twist. See if you can find that stretch, that extra bit. Beautiful, hands go behind your head. Keep the lift and hold it. Good, keep your hands behind your head. Let's change sides. Twisting to your right and switch to your left. Good, and switch. I'm feeling my hips. I want my pelvis to stay nice and stable, not too rocky. Same with you, I hope. I was just getting excited and my hips started wiggling all over the place. Good, one more time to each side. Rest your head, keep your legs at tabletop. We've got this nice prepped and ready heated belly here. I want your palms to come to the very fronts of your thighs. Your knees are bent. You can actually relax your shins down. So your hands are at your thighs to feel that you're not letting your thighs come in. They will stay right up and down. And I want you to reach your knees towards the ceiling, AKA tuck your pelvis and try to lift your hips up just a little. And then lower it back down. It's not a big movement. Good, and then again, you're gonna tuck that pelvis, floating it up. Your knees go closer to the ceiling and down. Yeah, let the shins relax here. We're just isolating that pelvis movement. Paul, I'm thinking of you. This is for the lower abs, the abolitious. So yeah, good. Okay, I'm like, Paula, make it count. This is your moment. Here we go. We're floating. Good, and down. One more time. You're gonna float those legs. Now hold it. Hold whatever you got here. Take your arms down at your sides. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Keep that little tuck for me. Lower your right leg down to hover. Don't lose the tuck. That's what you're fighting against. And bring it back up. Whew. Do the left side. Keep that tuck as you reach your left leg long. And up, nice. Deep ab work, but our head and neck get a little break, eh? Keep going. Shoulders are nice and open. One more to each side. Good, bend your knees. Lower your feet to the mat and slide them all the way out straight. That's how I want your dismount today. Take your arms to the ceiling. Lift your head and chest and roll it on up. Good morning to the stomach. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Texas. All right, so we're sitting up tall. If you want, you can grab your ring if you like to have that extra prop, if it's helpful for you, just for a placement, like placeholder for your arms and shoulders. And then we're gonna roll back. Feel that pelvis tucking under, just like what we were practicing before. Let's really utilize those deep lower abs. Yeah, beautiful. Roll it all the way down if you want. And let those arms float back overhead. And then lifting your head and chest, let's see you roll it back up again. Good, I always like to see my roll up, see what we're working with. Keep going. I'm just gonna get my eyes on each of you. Nice, Stan. Smooth like butter. Paula, very nice. I'm still here. I'm just silently watching you all. Shelly, try having a little bend in your knees. See if that takes gives you a little more slack. And you can also, at the sticky spot, you could ditch the ring and use your arms to help pull up. I choose smooth over challenge. Smooth is the first goal. Yeah, better. Yeah, you'll feel some other things working at that point. Same with the way down. You can give yourself a, yeah, very nice. Good. All right, everyone. Let's come, you can roll onto your back and then we're gonna roll onto our side. I'm gonna say, let's roll onto our left side so that the right side is ready for us here. The roll up is an interesting one because it's not just about like strength or flexibility. I think it has to do a lot with balance, particularly in your hips and how they then affect your lower back. So I want to go into some hip work and then we might come back to our roll up and see what happens. Let's start with our good old glute floss. So bring your feet just underneath of your knees. That's where I usually like to do it. And your knees are like sort of straight ahead. So we're roughly 90 at the hips. If you need a little more space, you can do that too. Your top hand is your helper hand. You're going to press your legs open. Bottom leg is pressing down, top leg is pressing back. Use your arms, your top hand to smush it down with resistance. Yeah, this is the floss. Good. Come back up again. Keep pushing, keep your knee pushing back as your hand smushes it on down. Maybe you're getting some booty work. Maybe you can feel a little widening across your pelvis here, the back of the pelvis. Good, yeah, feel free to add your personal inspirations to the movement. I always love that. I taught a group fascia floss class for like the whole wedding party on the morning of the wedding. People who had like never done anything like it before. And it was really fun to see some of the creative ways that people could approach their flossing. See if I remember any of their creative touches. I can maybe add some. Are we getting a nice burn in the booty here? Do we have a little heat in that booty yet? Let's do a couple more. I'm getting a weird pull in my big toe. Isn't that funny? Good. Let's make it a long floss. Abduct both of your legs. Pause for a moment. Keep pushing back and then slowly straighten your leg as you smush it on down. Hallelujah. One more. Nice long floss. Slowly extend. Muy bien. Extend your legs long on your side now. You can lie on your side. Nice fluffy hip. Ribs are knit back. Both sides of the waistline feel even. Glue your ankle bones together. Let's go for those classic side lifts. We go up. We lower to hover. And up. Lower to hover. Good. Doesn't have to be big. 2. And 1. Nice. Now, as you lower your legs this time, I want you to counter and pop yourself back up again. Kind of fun. Ah, that was nice. Okay, so we're floating. We're using our waistline. We're going to lift that top leg up, and you're going to give me a good little side kick. Flex and kick forward. Point and kick back. Flex and kick forward. Point and kick back. If this is too unstable, you can always come down. It'll give you a little more base of support. This just keeps things a little more interesting. Extra interesting would be to have both hands behind your head. Wow, you can see the difference here. I'm starting to flop all over the place. Whew, gotta work it. Nice, one more time. Let's meet at the back. Your leg is lifted. I want you to give me 10 little lifts up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Good. Pat out your booty. And then before we hit the other side, come into your figure 4. Your ankle is kicking towards your thigh. Keep the ankle kicking away from your chest. And if you want, you can thread the needle. And then what I was really enjoying, it's a little thing, but I was really enjoying over the weekend, just taking one hand to the outside of that knee. So your knee has something to push against. And then you can use your palm outside of your knee to kind of play around with where you want to feel your floss. You can stir, You could crank. You could go forward and back. We're just giving you one more deep clean in that side booty. Nice. Yeah, head can be up or down. Great. All right, let's flip to our other side. So we started with the glute floss. Your knees are bent, feet flexed. I'm now lying on my right side. Feet are just about underneath of your knees. And then when you're ready, you're gonna abduct your legs. Bottom leg's pushing down, top leg is pushing open. And then your hand comes to the outside and it gives it a smusheroo. Good, coming back up to the top, engage, elongate. Good, engage and elongate. Nice, keep going. I don't think I said it on the other side, but a lot of you have heard this before. As you start to play with this one, you can choose different angles to find where you want to clean up. So you might bring your knee closer towards your chest. That'll bring it a little lower into your booty, or you could take your leg a little further away from your chest to get more along IT. Feel into what is right for your needs today. Good. Pace 2 is up to you. Great. Oof. Anybody else starting to feel this one? Let's go for the long floss. So we're going to press up. Slowly extend your leg. It continues to resist as you swish it on down. Nice. There we go. Press it on up. And extend-a-roo. Good. All right. Take that leg out to the side. You're setting up for your side lifts. Now your upper body is down if it wasn't already. The legs are squeezing together. Get that inner ankle bone, the bottom inner ankle bone to lock into the top one if you can, or close to it. And then we do 5 little side lifts here. Nice. Keeping that bottom waistline long too. And hold the last one. And here we do a little fancy move. The legs come down as we prop up onto our elbow. Good. Float that top leg up, flex and kick it forward. Kick, kick, point to bring it back. Kick, kick. Good. And front. And back. Good. Front and back. Maybe could be a little crazy. One more time, I think. You know, I can't count so well. And then back, and we lift it up. 10 little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Give it a pat, pat. Take it into your figure 4 floss. That ankle kicks away from your chest as you draw it into your chest. You might like to have a hand on the outside of your knee today, or stabilizing at your foot. Choose your adventure. Nice. One more moment here. And then you can just kick roll yourself up to the top when you're ready. Rolling like a ball, round 2. We did this one last week too, and I just had so much fun with it. So you're gonna balance on your tail. You can float those feet up. And this time I want you to bring your elbows to your knees. If you're like, rolling like a ball 1 was good enough, you can stay with rolling like a ball 1, right? Your choice. All right, the only thing here is to keep those elbows connected to your knees. Roll back, roll forward. Yeah, roll back, nice, roll forward. Remember, the rug gets pulled out from underneath of you, woo! And there we go. We're flying, it's beautiful, 2 more. Woo-hoo-hoo, 1 more time. All right, you're up at the top. We did some hip cleaning, we did some more rolling. Let's just see how the roll up feels now. If there's no change, no worries. We're just doing a check-in. Good, I'm watching. Yes, remember, let that pelvis roll. That pelvis rolls over the femur heads. Nice, Paula. I saw that movement. Karen, I see you using your pelvis. Very nice. Yes, Rose. Beautiful initiation. We've got it. So nice, everybody. Let's roll all the way up. Let's flip over. Coming back to your hands and your knees. Plug down through your hands, plug down through your knees. See how you're feeling now. Let's cat-cow it a couple times. That spine did a lot of rolling against the floor. Now it can roll against the air. Maybe 3 more. More like a rinse. Rinsing the last cobwebs off of your spine. Got to add a little bit of support work and extension one more time. So take your hands right under your shoulders. Plug down in the webbing between each of your fingers. Feel your back widening. Not because you're rounding your back, but because you've engaged that beautiful broadening shoulder girdle. Step your feet back and find a plank for me. Make sure your head is lifted, not dipping too low. Neutral, but it takes a lot to be neutral. Check in with your elbows, unlock them so the muscles can hug the bones. Yeah, now we're strong. Float your right leg off the mat. Nothing else changes. Lower your foot to tap down and pick it up again. 5, 4, nice. Head up. 3, thank you, Stan. 2, oh, everybody peeked up. Good. 1, switch sides. Let's get it over with. Here we go. Lift the leg. 5, firm legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees and come on down to your stomach on the mat. That was so nice. We did it. Hands are under your shoulders once again. Pubic bone pressing towards the mat. Use your arms, lift your head and chest up, coming into a cobra. Whoa, is anybody else feeling a little more mobile than when we started? Maybe we have a little more space. Good, and coming on down. Let's just enjoy that. 2 more reps, lifting up. Just smooth and freeing. Last one. Maybe you have more awareness of each of the vertebrae. Maybe they feel more distinct now, or more, maybe they feel more united in some way. They're working together. Hover your face just off the mat. And now explore floating your legs. Your pubic bone continues to press down as you float the legs up and lower the legs down. They might not go very far. And again, float your legs up, feel the hamstrings, and down. 3, down, and 2, Last one. Keep your legs floating and lift your head and chest. You can use your arms to assist. As your head comes up, your legs may come down, but the legs stay active. And then lower your head and chest, float the legs a little higher. You're like a rocking horse. And lift, head and chest. And then as your head and chest come down, your legs go up. Yeah, you can always take a peek at me. I'm doing the movement here for now. The key is keeping your center alive so that you don't get like a segmented movement where it goes upper body and lower body. It's all one sort of unified rocking horse shape. Nice. And then for those of you who like doing a little rock and roll here, you can lift your head and chest. It's optional. Let go and rock and catch it again. It's a little swan dive rock. If that feels nice. If it doesn't, sit it out. 2. And last one. Great. Press back towards your heels. Give me a child's pose, a rest pose. I don't want us to pause here though. I want us to do kind of like the worm or whatever. So keep your hands pawing the ground. You're gonna paw yourself forward. You're gonna come through kind of up dog-ish. Keep your knees down. Keep your hips a little bit back and just send your heart through. And then curl your chin to your chest and round it back again. Tuck your tail, curling it down towards your heels. And just do that a few more times. So you're pawing yourself forward. Your pelvis will start to press forward. Your shoulders roll back. Your heart peeks through your arms. Plug down through those pinky fingers as you sit back, rounding your spine back towards your heels. Good. Don't think too hard about this one. Just make it yummy. Good, and then tucking your toes, give me a down dog or a pyramid, whatever you like to call it. Pedal out your feet, let your calves widen, let the soles of your feet widen. And today we're gonna walk our feet up towards your hands, finding a standing forward fold, nice and soft through your knees. Take a little bounce, letting the back of your head just nod. Your jaw's relaxed. Big sigh. Shift your weight slightly into your toes. Your heels are still down. And clasp your hands behind your head. Let your elbows spill in. You're not pulling on your head. You're just letting the weight of your palms support you here. And roll up one vertebra at a time. Keep your hands behind your head. And as you stand up nice and tall, let your elbows open with a slight lift. You can sort of lean back into your palms. Let those lungs expand. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, keep standing tall. Just let your arms come down at your sides. And we did it. We are finished with Pilates for today. Thank you so much, everybody. So good to see you all. I'm going to stop the recording.